In that case, it was City and Chelsea. It was father versus one of the many sons. Pep versus Pepe. And I think this section is going to be quite interesting. There's a lot to discuss, not just about the game, but Chelsea. But I guess let's talk about the game first and foremost. Erling Haaland scoring, doing what he does. Kovacic going against Chelsea after drifting through a £200 million midfield. There's a conversation in itself. Yeah. Where should we start with this? Let's start with the game in terms of City. All of their England players were on the bench because they've been back in training for a week. Yeah. Guardiola started his last press conference by saying that it's very hard to find the motivation to go again. We don't have the motivation, which is a player that we've kind of seen sometimes here and there. But in terms of first game of the season and the control, what do we make of City so far? It's early days. But in terms of that performance, is it more of the same and we expect them to build into it?
They were coasting. You know what I mean? They got their goal. They got their goal and they coasted through the game. Do you know what I mean? And Chelsea couldn't punish them or get back into the game. I don't even think there's much to take away for City. That's like a pre-season game at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? Dust off the cobwebs. You know what I'm saying? They won on the weekend against United. Dust off the cobwebs and you go again. Do you know what I mean? I don't think there's much to really say. There was some individual really good performances. I think Rico Lewis was really good. I think Cover and Bernardo were good in the midfield. I actually thought Ruben Diaz was solid at the back through blocks at the back.
Savinho.
Yeah, Savinho. He had, listen, Cucurella has been singing all these songs. You come back to this is the Premier League, mate. You come back to the Premier League
for handouts and help,
and Haaland even done him as well. So, like, I think Savio or Savinho, he wants to call himself Savinho. I have to say, I hear it. You know what I mean? If you want to add Eno, I hear it. You know what I mean? So, but him, it was a good performance. Cooking Cucurella, but overall, City coasted through that game. There was a period in the game where Foden came on. Didn't see him touch the ball in such a long time. Like, City didn't really have to do much to beat Chelsea today.
But I think.
That's what they want, though, low-key.
That in itself says a
fitness.
lot.
It's pre-season.
And like you can just coast into it. You know, like last season, there was this conversation about where City were in terms of their start, and then when it gets to that business period, they're cooking. We kind of were used to seeing this, right? But I think what was quite interesting for me anyway is you mentioned the two midfielders that did well. No Rodri, no problem. It's like he wasn't even there. It was fine. He wasn't there, but you can go on. But Haaland
against that
as well.
midfield, they don't need to be.
But even like Haaland with the finish, I feel like in the summer, there was a lot of conversations of things said about Haaland. Last week, again, after the Community Shield, it seems like people are trying to drum this whole thing up. He doesn't have loads of touches in the game and everything. And I thought to myself, hold on. You're one of the most potent strikers in the world that's guaranteed to score goals. Why are we so obsessed with, in this team, why are we so obsessed that he's not doing anything else? If he can produce moments like that.
We know what Haaland is at this point. Listen, he's been in the Premier League for 2 seasons. He's not going to be the link man, the hold-up man, whatever you want him to be. What he is in that box is he's a predator, bro. And I think, listen, start of the season, first game, first goal, that's what you want at the end of the day. And I said, this season, I think, fully fit, if he can avoid injuries,
as well.
30 plus is almost guaranteed in my eyes. Like, he's that type of finisher. You're not looking at 20 plus. Like
no.
Him, you're looking at stay fit, stay on form, 30 plus.
Yeah, literally.
Like, he's a goal machine. So at the end of the day, this is just bread and butter for him. He's licking his lips thinking, what's next?
91 goals in 100 games for City and 15 assists. So he's got over a goal contribution a game for City. Bro, this guy is... If you're talking about, I've said it numerous times, as a goal scorer, he's got to be one of the best we've ever seen. This guy is ridiculous when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net. You can say whatever you want. When you're this cash money in front of goal, when you're this cash money, how can you even question him? Do you know what I mean? How can you even question him? You look at last season, I think he missed over 20 big chances.
I was going to say, I think
in an injury-prone season and still won the Golden Boot. Let this guy stay fit. It's a wrap. He might even come for his own record, bruv. It's a wrap.
See, I don't want to push it out.
No, why not? Let's go there. Let's go there. Why not? Why not?
Because it's a record, bro.
Who they got next? Ipswich. At the Etihad.
Greaves.
Ipswich at Etihad. That could be a hat-trick there, right there. 4 goals.
Greaves has a plan.
And I think in that record year, that's what he did. In that first 4, 5, 6, 7 games,
he capitalised.
He set the tone for the rest of the season. So it all depends on how quick he kind of starts. But if there's one thing you can never deny him is if that player is fit, and this season, if he stays fit, 30 plus minimum.
Early doors, but Savinho is already looking like the type of player. A lot of people are saying it's like Mahrez with pace.
Bro,
that's the
Mahrez
conversation
regen.
That's everyone saying.
I'm sorry. I saw the skin tone. I saw 26. I saw the shimmy like that. I said, that's Mahrez 2.0. They just got the same one, 30 million and way younger. It's crazy. And I always think with these foreign talents, the first season is almost like that. No one knows what you are. So you've really got the chance to impress man, scare man. I remember when Doku came in last year, it was like, what's this? So you got about 4 weeks to really cash in on this new hype before people start figuring out your moves. But he looks like a problem, I can't lie to you. And it adds to that kind of wing collection that they're growing at the moment with Doku, with him. Obviously, Oscar Bob, I thought, coming into this season,
very unfortunate.
I thought he was going to have like a breakout year. This is going to be his type of year to take over. But with the injury, I feel like Doku, Savinho, you've got opportunities there. And even your boy Grealish, if he wants to come and reclaim that
he has to redeem himself this season. For sure. Definitely.
Back into England for it as well.
Do you know who's another one I want to touch on?
Go on.
Rico Lewis.
That's what I'm saying,
Rico Lewis, I think I tweeted out, I said the passing of the baton from Kyle Walker to Rico Lewis must happen this season, because for me, I think that kid has shown time and time again, especially over the past 2 seasons, came in raw. Champions League, they threw him in straight away. He settled in like a duck to water. Midfield, right back. Like, he's played a couple of positions, never looks out of place. And I just think, bro, with the... Maybe I'm thinking too far ahead here, but even with the England kind of right back situation,
let's not talk about England.
It's never clear. No, I know. But
England,
I'm saying for the next 2 years, cement that position. Look forward to that World Cup. He can get on that plane, play in multiple positions, seeing how good he is, bro. This kid is comfortable in every phase of the game.
He's a baller.
As you mentioned, City were in second gear. They did what they needed to do. It was very interesting watching the finished article of what a manager has created versus like what the imitation of it, and seeing that they're not relatable. It's not the same. You can't just buy something and think it's going to be the same. It's not the same. And with Chelsea, there's a lot to discuss. We've got some super chats already that might actually lead us nicely into everything. So this is from Eshwa Neved. Apologies if I butchered that. It says first game of the season against PL champions at home, giving the armband to 8 after the whole preseason drama. It's crazy. It took me off guard.
Fully agree.
There's a lot.
Fully agree.
With this Chelsea part, there's a lot we can go into, and we can see where we want to go with this. Before I even go in further, make sure you smash the like button if you're in the building. Smash the like button. Algorithm. But we can start in many places. We can start with
Sterling.
That's where it has to start. That's where it has to start.
Before the game even kicks off.
That's where it has to start.
So cool. So for those who are unaware, before the game starts, the squad list comes out for the game, and Raheem Sterling's name is nowhere to be seen, alongside former vice captain Bell Chilwell and captain for large parts of the season last year, Conor Gallagher. A statement is then released from Raheem Sterling's team.
I've got it here.
Which you got?
Yeah.
It
says Raheem Sterling is contracted to Chelsea for the next 3 years. Our expectation was that Raheem would be involved in this weekend's fixture in some capacity. As a camp, we have always had positive dialogue and assurances from Chelsea in relation to Raheem's future. So we look forward to gaining clarity on the situation.
Now, online, I've seen a lot of mixed perceptions of what this is. I have my own opinions, but Cam, I'll open the floor to you. Like, what do you perceive of this and the bigger situation at hand?
I think that statement's a joke, personally. I think putting out that statement is laughable.